Hey, welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time stopping by, well, I appreciate it. So recently, I went to one of the Army surplus stores that are in my area, just to look around and see what kind of guns they have, and I spotted a rifle. Wasn't in great condition at all, but for the price they had listed on it, I couldn't say no. Now that rifle was this Zastava M48, chambered in 8mm Mauser. Let's take a closer look. Here she is. As you can see, nothing special. It's a bit rough, has quite a few dings and scratches and gouges out of the wood furniture. Not a great finish job. We'll get into that in a little bit. A lot of scratches and wear marks on the metal. It's not the greatest shape, but for the price I paid, a few $100. One thing you'll notice with this rifle is it has the front sight hood cut off. Someone cut that off for whatever reason. I kind of like it this way, to be honest with you. It's kind of easier to get a sight picture. When I picked the rifle up, I noticed that the sights were off to the right. So whoever was shooting this before they sold it probably wasn't getting the most accurate shots, because that little sight notch was not lined up. Got the cleaning rod here. Got the bayonet lug, so you can put your bayonet on it. I don't have the bayonet, and the bayonets are actually kind of expensive. At least the ones I've seen on eBay, so I probably won't even bother getting one. It did come with the sling, so that's a plus. Like most rifles of the era, it has adjustable iron sights, so you can integrate the sights to whatever distance you're shooting. This is the original Yugoslavian M48. The future variants would have either an A, a B, or a BO beside the M48. This is the original M48 variant. Now, immediately upon bringing this home, I did disassemble it and scrub it clean, because let me tell you, whoever had this rifle before I bought it, whoever had this rifle before they sold it, was shooting some corrosive Romanian or Turkish ammunition, and they did not clean it. It kind of corroded the inside of the gun. It's not terrible, but it's not great. So the bolt is a little rough. Important thing to note, the serial number on the stock and the serial number on the bolt do not match, so clearly they were mismatched at some point and replaced. Now obviously, has this notch cut out to accept stripper clips. Little slot for your thumb to go when you press down, and you can just press the bolt forward and the stripper clip will just fly right out of place. Alright, enough talk. Let's head up to the range and see what this old girl's got. Now as far as the ammo I'm going to be using today, I got some of this Cellier and below, 8x57 JS, so that's 8mm Mauser. Some of the 196 grain soft point cutting edge SPCE projectiles. Sorry for the loud people here today. One thing I should note about this rifle is the wood furniture has been refinished. Not well. As you can see, the staining just is not even. I mean, there are even some spots where the staining dripped. You can see right here. And there are even some spots, let me just turn this around here, where the stain will drip right on the metal. See, look, not an even stain work. So whoever tried to restain this gun was an idiot. But yeah, I'm not going to mess with it. It's not worth it. I'm just going to leave it as is. So if you're trying to take the bolt out for cleaning, it's very easy. It has this Mauser type bolt release like all Mausers do. You just pull that lever and it comes right out. Can't put it back in until you pull that lever back out and it's ready to go again. Now if you want to decock the striker here without dry firing and pulling the trigger, all you do is you pull the trigger in from this point. So hold the trigger in, push it forward, snap it down, and the striker goes back in, and no dry firing necessary. As far as the safety goes, has the Mauser type safety here. So that's fire, that's safety, and that's also safety. A lot of soldiers preferred to keep the safety in the upward position so that if you're trying to get an eyesight visual of the sights, you can't. Because in the heat of the moment, I could see someone pulling up their rifle trying to shoot, and they can't. You know, at least in the upward position, they would have something reminding them, telling them, hey, your safety's on. Man, I gotta say, despite the condition of the rifle not being great, it still shot pretty well. So easy to just push the bolt forward, empty clip goes flying, it's fantastic. Now, the Zastava M48 is kind of an interesting bolt action. It's pretty much a copy of the Belgian M24 Mauser, but it takes a lot of influence from the German Kar98K from World War II. I'm not going to go into the very specific details into all the parts and all the variants, but just know, while it does look like a German Mauser, it does not function the same. The internal parts are quite a bit different, and the parts are not interchangeable at all. But as far as outward appearance, it's a Mauser. It has the Mauser action, the Mauser safety, uses the Mauser style stripper clips. Now there are a lot of shady sellers out there that will try to pass off these Yugo made Mausers as German made Mausers, and they will mark them up 3 or 4 times what they're actually worth. You need to be aware. You need to understand the difference between a Yugo made Mauser and a real German Mauser. I'm not saying the Yugo made Mausers are junk. I'm not saying that the Yugo made guns are bad at all. I'm just saying that for a German gun, you're paying German money. Now obviously, I don't know what your local hunting laws are like, but for my area, depending on what I would be hunting, that would be a perfect rifle to take. These guns were made from the early 50s to the mid 60s. There are many of them out there on the market. They're pretty easy to find, and they're usually not very expensive. If you're looking for a Mauser type rifle, but don't want to spend German Mauser money, Yugo Mausers are a pretty decent deal. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.